Colton, thank you so much for sharing your work. So good examples. I want to concentrate on this one. I talk about this one. This is excellent, though. Really, this is super compelling. Photoshop all the way, totally, right? Definitely Photoshop. I don't think this is bad. I think it's okay. This is like maybe one step beyond an icon. So it's meant to be super simple. All it's doing is passing on along a kind of a thought. Okay, so this is just one step beyond an icon. So I'm not too bad with this at all. I think it gets the idea across perfectly. So, but let's talk about this one. I think this is an excellent illustration. More so for the content than the actual technique. I think the technique is very solid, sure, but I think that first of all, I think this is a traditional illustration. I think this is done with markers and on paper. I don't think this is digital. But the neat thing about this, it's not saying it could be digital. But the neat thing about this is what the story is telling. The reason I want to concentrate on this is I think that a lot of students tend to look at the a visual demeanor of a piece when they're trying to determine whether a piece is successful or not. And that's not always the best way to approach things. I think we also have to keep in mind the narrative ability of the illustration. Is it able to tell a story? And if so, is that story clear, concise, and is it told in a manner that is direct? Okay, and I think that this is really interesting. Now I'm seeing a story in here. Okay, and you also said right here. So I'm going to leave you with a question. Okay, I'm seeing a very clear narrative story here, and what I want you to do is I just want you to take a couple of sentences and describe the story that's going on. Because you say I picked this picture because it's not only bold, because of how it looks, but it also tells a story. So tell me the story this is telling, okay? Briefly. Just I kind of want to compare notes and see if we're seeing the same thing, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Sound good? All right, great job. Thank you very much, Colton.